पुराने शिलालेख, पुरानी चीजें या कोई पत्थर, ये निर्जीव दुनिया नहीं है जी। यहाँ का हर पत्थर बोलता है। पुरातत्व से जुड़ी हुई हर कागज की अपनी एक कहानी होती है।
We all know about the grandeur of Gupta Empire, right? But do we really know about the magnificent story that flourished on the same land that we live and breathed the same air that we breathe? I am talking about the Naga Empire. Naga Empire was a pre-Gupta empire that flourished in the regions of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and various regions of northern India. The Naga Empire started to take its roots with the decline of Kushana Empire in 3rd and 4th century. Although there are 4 major cities of Naga Empire, which are Kuntipuri, Vidisha, Mathura, and Padmavati, but Padmavati holds the most significance in the history of the empire. But how am I so sure about that? Because it's so evident from the numerous artifacts and coins that are being excavated from the soil of Pavaya. Padmavati finds its mention in the inscriptions of Vishnu Puran, the specific lines in Sanskrit which translates into English, and I quote, "The 9 Nagas will reign in Padmavati, Kantipuri and Mathura." And also in a very significant play, Malti Madhavam, written by Bhavbhuti, here are the lines, and I quote, "The city of Padmavati bears, under the guise of its environment of the large river Sindhu and Para of limpid water, the fallen parts of the sky torn by the towers of lofty mansions, temples, and city gates that collided with it." Here, he describes the natural beauty and prosperity of Padmavati. In the 3rd and 4th century, Nagas enjoyed the power in the region. However, as the Gupta Empire spread its wings in the north, the empire started to fall and finally came to an end when the last Naga king of Naga Empire, Ganpati Naga, was defeated by Samudragupta, hence marking the end of dynasty. This is confirmed from the inscriptions of Allahabad Pillar in Prayagraj. Our Cambridge school recently visited Padmavati, which is just 15 kilometers away from our native town, Dabra. The experience of witnessing the glory of forgotten empire was overwhelming for the students. So, let's dive deep into the structures of Padmavati and stories it offers.
The exact location of Padmavati has intrigued many historians for so long. M.B. Kade carried out excavations at Pavaya in 1924, 1933 and 1941, credited Mr. M.V. Lele with the identification of ancient Padmavati as coins of several Naga kings who ruled were found at Pavaya. He rejected Kalingam's identification with Narvar. The identification of Pavaya as Padmavati is now established as it fully satisfies the geographic description given by Bhavbhuti. Brick Temple. The most important structure found in the Pavaya is the Brick Temple. The temple platform, which was discovered in the excavations, probably represents the remains of the biggest temple of 3rd to 4th century. The temple during its existence must have been one of the most magnificent Hindu temple of the age. By its pyramidal structure, it is believed that the temple must have had more tiers, but only 2 tiers have survived till date. Dhomeshwar Temple. It is being said that Dhomeshwar Temple was built way back during the Naga Empire. Then it got destroyed by a ruler in 13th century. However, the mighty Bundela ruler of Orchha rebuilt the temple in 16th century. Wait, The story doesn't end here. The Dhumeshwar temple got caught again in the flames of bigotry and got destroyed by a Mughal ruler in 17th century. Then finally, the brave Maratha ruler Madhav Rao rebuilt the temple. Today, the temple stands there with the glory in Padmavati. Terracotta. Terracotta found at Pavaya are considered the most beautiful form from the artistic point of view. These are among the best examples of Naga and Gupta art, as these are mostly remains of images in form of heads of various human figures, so the most noticeable features are their hairstyles and their expressions. All these terracottas are present at the Gujri Mahal Museum at Gwalior. Honorable mentions. Some little yet worth mentioning structures which were found in Pavaya are Manibhadra Yaksha, Pan Palm Capital, and Door Lintel.
On the flowing sense of time, many dared to carve their mark either in metal or in stone.
However, few survived the tides of time for as long as the structures at Pavaya did.
Despite repeated attempts at raising these symbols of culture to oblivion, our ancestors were considerate enough to preserve them for the generations to come.
Unfortunately, such rich history is today being destroyed not by assault but by disinterest.
A culture which does not know where it is coming from will never know where it is heading to.
Thus, it falls upon us to preserve these structures which symbolize the ambitions of our ancestors and hold lessons for our descendants to come.